And the next item on the agenda is actually going to be the national anthem. I hope you are ready for us. National anthem, MC, DJ. Definitely, you have national anthem. You have national anthem. How can you not have national anthem? Hey, Haladi. Excuse me. We can download it now. Okay, ma.
Our generation now. If you want, how many stanzas do you want? Only one.
So,
Please, can we sign or can we
yes.
1, 2. Please, we want to switch the national anthem. Everybody must stand still. Please, those who are serving, please, everybody stand still. Thank you. Let's honor our dear country. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own native land. Proclaim and trumpet in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Let's put our hands together for the please, can we now use the next one and we are the only main faculty that others people, because other faculty rely on us, and that we determine what goes on in the medical profession, patient treatment, and patient care. Please, let's put our hands together to all the radiologists and the radiologists in this hall. I want to invite the Association of Radiologists in Nigeria, who is also here with us, in person of Professor Orije Onanekam, our teacher, our mentor, and we will not understand what you are very proposed. Instead of the government. Distinguished gentlemen, you can see the stage is being curriculum, and today we are displaying knowledge, we are displaying honesty. Next on our agenda is I'm going to invite the former provost, college of science, the father, grandfather, a leader, a teacher, a complete gentleman, a religious folk of God. Please let's put our
Wow. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to also invite to the higher table the eldest professor in this gathering from University College Hospital, Badam, Professor Adeyinka. Please let's put our hands together. Prof, you are most welcome. Prof can be on the high table. It's not easy. Be the eldest. Prof is the eldest. But actually, I'm sorry to my teacher, so he's looking younger than some of you. Thank you. All right. Please, we are going to have the welcome address by the HOD of Radiology and local organizing committee chairman, my teacher, my elder brother, complete gentleman, the basis of Dr. Ibrahim Haruna Agere. Sir, please, you can go for your welcome address. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy to organize a day like this.
Thank you very much. Her Excellency, the wife of Dr. State Governor, Haja Fatima Ahmad Aliyu, Haja Hadiza Ahmad Shagari, the faculty chairman, Professor R.A. Akinola, the faculty secretary, Professor S.M. Haji, the chairman of this occasion, His Excellency Alhaji Professor Muhammad Ahmad Wali, the father of radiology in Sokoto, our teacher, our mentor, Professor Ahmad Saidu, the invited speakers, Dr. Shadi and Professor Usman Ali Malami, other respected faculty officers, other respected radiologists present here, other invited guests, good morning. On behalf of the local organizing committee, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you to Radiology Faculty Day 2025. You are welcome to Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. Today is a celebration not only of our faculty achievement and growth, but of the collective dedication, innovation, and pursuit of excellence that define the field of radiology. As we gather here, we reflect to our vital role as special. We reflect to our vital role as specialty played in modern medicine and more importantly on the people. This year's theme is integrating private and corporate sector healthcare system in postgraduate medical training. And we are privileged to have two esteemed speakers this morning that have excelled in their various choosing careers. We have an entrepreneur by excellence, Dr. Shadi, and we also have a clinician, academician, and also an administrator, Professor Malami Usman. Your presence enriches this gathering and inspires us and the next generation of radiologists. Thank you for accepting our invitation. To our faculty, thank you for your tireless mentorship, research, contribution, and clinical excellence. A heartfelt thank to all members of the organizing committee. With hard work and quality tonight, we have today intellectually stimulating and personally meaningful to everyone that is involved. Let us learn, share, celebrate, and look ahead with confidence. Enjoy your stay in Sokoto. Enjoy our delicacies of suya, kilishi, masa. These are the delicacies you find in Sokoto. We have balango kilishi,
we have Radiology. And if you feel free, please, at the we reach out in case you need any assistance. We are here to serve you. We are ever ready to make your stay in Sokoto a memorable one. Welcome, and once again, welcome to the Radiology Faculty Day 2025. Thank you very much.
Introduce and recognize our important communities. You know, this gathering is gathering of teachers of teachers, young radiologists, and well-wishers. So we are all important and we are all recognized. Please don't be offended if you are not recognized. We are all recognized. I'm very pleased to recognize the presence of Professor Omolola Atalabi, past president, Association of Radiologists in Nigeria, one of the active, strong women. Let's put our hands together on Prof. Wow. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to recognize in our midst the presence of our professor, Professor Adeye Boy, the former faculty chairman. Let's put our hands together on Prof. Adeye Boy, please. Prof, you are most welcome. Wow. You see, women have always proven time without numbers that what a man can do, a woman cannot. I can do that better. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an understatement to say that one of our own, someone who is very active, a strong lady, someone who can fight till the end, someone who can never be exhausted and can never be intimidated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me, help me or join me as we welcome Dr. Amina Shamaki, and former secretary, someone who has fought not only for civil service but for doctors in Nigeria. You are most welcome. There are other professors, Professor Eze, there are
of Women Affairs. The chairman of today's occasion, Professor Wiskua Ayabu Shehu, OON. I invited distinguished speakers, Dr. Shadi Sabe and Professor Usman Alimu Mayami, members of our dear Faculty of Radiology, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Faculty of Radiology, National Postgraduate Medical College, I want to welcome you all to our 2025 Faculty Day, holding here in the Caliphate, Sokoto. The theme for the Faculty Day this year is integrating private and corporate sector healthcare system in postgraduate medical education, blending in two sub-themes, the chapter Beyond the White Coat, smoothing the transition from clinical practice to retirement, and leveraging emerging technologies for cancer research in Nigeria, the NICRAT perspective. To take us through these interesting topics, we have invited two renowned academicians who can execute them best. Dr. Shadi Sabe, the VC, Iconic University, Sokoto, and and Professor Usman Ali Malani, the DG, NICRAT, Abuja. Please help me welcome the chairman of today's occasion, who has been so many things to our country, Nigeria, and is none other than the former VC Usmanu Danfodio University, Sokoto, the former ambassador of Nigeria to Argentina, and a former resident electoral commissioner, Kano State, to mention but a few of his representation in Nigeria. With the rapidly evolving medical education landscape and healthcare system, it's high time we start integrating private and corporate sector healthcare systems into postgraduate medical education, especially now that the financial muscle of the postgraduate college is fast dwindling with our poor economic situation in Nigeria. In recent times, the private health sector has shown great improvement in the introduction of state-of-the-art facilities and cutting-edge technologies into the healthcare system over the last few years in the country. This paradigm shift makes us wonder about the cost-effectiveness of these innovative approaches, how effective they are on medical education and learning outcomes, their impact on collaboration, and how they can help shape future generations of medical specialists in Nigeria. Also, because the medical education workforce is fast thinning out, with the outward migration of doctors, nurses, and other healthcare staff, this has a negative impact on specialist training. There are several questions on our minds. How do these emerging technologies affect the treatment of our patients, especially on cancer patients, which is now on the increase? Talking about diagnosis, treatment, and cost effectiveness. Will private sector involvement provide an alternative and sustainable funding model, helping to improve access to postgraduate training? Also, beyond the white coat, what do we see as doctors? How easy is it for us doctors to transit into retirement, especially because most of us did not see anything beyond the 4 walls of the hospital until now? They have no other business, no income. Will they now start hustling at this age? I am sure Dr. Sabe will help us out in this regard. Let me therefore once again welcome Dr. Sabe and Professor Mayani, fellows and associate fellows, and all other guests to this outing. I urge you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentations we have today. Thank you very much.
To the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria for bestowing upon me this extraordinary privilege. This invitation represents something meaningful. That is, recognition that healthcare excellence, collaboration across discipline, bridging the world of medical practice and public policy, and reminding us of the strong bonds that unite us in our shared mission. We also thank them also for bringing this meeting for the first time in Sokoto. As a political scientist who has devoted his career to understanding governance and national development, I approach this gathering from a different perspective than your daily clinical experience, yet one that is directly connected to your mission. My commitment to healthcare was forged during my formative years as Director of Personnel Management in the Ministry of Health here in Sokoto State, where I work alongside dedicated physicians, nurses, pharmacists, and other healthcare professionals who make our systems function. That experience taught me that healthcare transcends the boundaries of medical practice. It forms the foundation upon which strong societies are built. I learned how policy decisions made in government offices directly impact patient outcomes and how effective governance can either strengthen or weaken healthcare delivery. Working in this region specifically showed me how medical frameworks must be adapted to local cultures and community needs to be truly effective. Ladies and gentlemen, this understanding deepens my commitment to advocating for equitable health system and revealed a fundamental truth. What is the truth? It is the general progress emerges when we integrate medical advancement with thoughtful policy. It is this belief in healthcare's transformative power that draws me here today to honor radiology. Radiology, a discipline that has consistently pushed the boundaries of medical knowledge. From the first X-ray that revealed the internal structure of the human body to today's advanced imaging technologies, your field exemplifies the innovation and precision that I admire in effective governance. We celebrate a profession that makes the invisible visible, that maps human anatomy with remarkable accuracy and precision. Your diagnostic capabilities are truly life-saving. However, like any other medical specialty, radiology requires strong government support to reach its full potential. As we reflect on radiologists' ability to reveal the intricate design of the human body, I'm reminded of Allah's word, God's word. God said, "We created man from an extract of clay. Then we place him as a drop of semen in a secured resting place. Then we turn the semen into a clot. Next, we turn the clot into tissue. And then we turn the tissue into bones and clothe the bones with flesh. Then we reproduce him as a fresh creation. Blessed be Allah. Blessed be God, the best of creators." Quran 23, ayah 12 to 14. These verses speak to the miraculous development of human life, from the bones that X-rays reveal to the organs that advanced imaging maps with precision. Every scan you analyze bears witness to this divine creation, making your work not merely technical, but a humble exploration of the science within the human form itself. Ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering serves a purpose beyond celebrating our achievements. It is an opportunity to reflect on where our profession is heading and how we can better serve our patients and communities. In our rapidly changing world, the work we do extends far beyond the technology we use daily. Whether interpreting scans or crafting healthcare policies, we are ultimately shaping the quality of care that reaches Nigerian families. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of our profession, have you heard about the radiologists who went to a comedy show? Have you heard about it? When the comedian asked if there were any doctors in the audience, a our radiologist stood up and said, "I'm here, but I can only help if the problem is inside you and you are willing to glow in the dark." Of course, the audience erupted in laughter, proving that even in the serious world of medical imaging, a little humor can be the best medicine. After all, radiologists truly have the most transparent relationship with their patients. This brings us to today's program, which features two important speakers who will help us think practically about important challenges we all face. Our first distinguished speaker, the indefatigable Dr. Shadi Sabir, Vice Chancellor of iconic University Sokoto, will address the chapter beyond the white coat, smoothing the transition from clinical practice to retirement. This is an important topic that affects all of us, regardless of where we are in our career. Too often we focus so intensely on building our professional skills and advancing our careers that we give little thought to how we transition out of active practice. Dr. Sabe brings valuable perspective to this challenge. The question isn't simply when to retire, but how to ensure that the knowledge and experience we have gained over decades continues to benefit others. Dr. Sabe will help us think about retirement not as an ending, but as an opportunity to mentor younger colleagues, advocate for important causes, and discover new ways to make a difference. Whether you are early in your career or approaching retirement yourself, his insight will help you plan for a meaningful transition that maximizes your continued contribution to healthcare and your community. Our second speaker, Professor Usman Ali Malami, Director General of the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment in Abuja, who will speak on leveraging technologies for cancer research in Nigeria, the center's perspective. Cancer remains one of humanity's most serious health challenges, affecting families across Nigeria, regardless of their economic status or location. Professor Malami's work at the Cancer Center represents exactly the kind of innovative approach we need, using artificial intelligence, advanced imaging, and other modern technologies to improve health research capabilities and patient outcomes. What makes this particularly relevant is that Professor Malami will show us how we can build world-class cancer research and treatment capacity right here in Nigeria. Too often, our most complex cases end up being referred abroad, not because we lack skilled professionals, but because we lack the technological infrastructure and institutional support systems. From a policy perspective, this presentation addresses critical questions about healthcare investment priorities. How do we ensure that institutions like the Cancer Center get the resources they need?
Be it as it may, why don't I think of also making references, Googling and all those kind of things? And I still felt that that would still adulterate the heart-to-heart discussion that we should have this morning. And I said to myself, I would not prepare for this lecture, it's 9 o'clock, until 7 o'clock this morning, so that I would not have the opportunity to Google, to AI, if you put it that way, or to review any literature. And I opened my system 7 this morning and hit my slides. And I said, no, I want to technologize this presentation as much as possible. So what I did, I will show us very raw. I felt, what should I share with everybody? And I took this book of mine, and if you look on this first page, I identified all the points I think I should share. And on the next page, I developed them one after the other to share raw with us organic ideas that I feel should serve as points to this topic. The chapter beyond the white coat. Like our father chairman has said, this is just the white coat we are talking about in the Faculty of Radiology. However, the essence of this discussion affects all of us across times, climes, fields, specialties, industries. But we are just talking about it from the perspective of the white coat in the Faculty of Radiology. The transition from clinical practice to retirement. It could be clinical practice, it could be from the academia, it could be from politics, it could be from whatever aspect of endeavor. However, as long as we must all retire, there are ideas that I think we can share. I will be discussing this under headings A, B, C, and D. The first is to look at introducing the discussion. The second, I'll be looking at financial planning. The third, I'll be looking at investment versus business, investment options versus business and entrepreneurship. And lastly, I'll be making some recommendations. Like I said earlier on, everything that I would be sharing with us today are just raw and organic ideas that I have been able to think of from my personal, experience on a very, very humble note. I want to lay a foundation that the best of investments that anybody could think of is investing in humanity. And I want to say today that if I were not to take the route of economics, finance, and business, my first option would have been medicine. And that's why my first wife is a medical doctor. This is because I feel that the best we can do for ourselves and society is to impact on humanity. And when we take a very objective, cursory look at humanity and impactfulness, I don't think there's a second to healthcare intervention in the lives of any group of people. Because it's only when there is health that there is wealth. It's only when there is life that you can even talk of hope. And the relationship between life and hope is too knitted together for us to de-emphasize the role of healthcare and medical practice in humanity. So I want to lay a foundation that the greatest investment any of us would make would be in humanity. And for any of us in medical practice, if you want to invest in humanity, you are in the right place, in the right profession that many of us admire. I was telling a group of students yesterday that my first time is a medical doctor, so sometimes, when you have some issues, husband and wife, I just drive to her facility, CWC. I park for an hour without her knowledge in front of the gate, and I drive home after 30 minutes to an hour. What I'm doing there is I'm watching women going in and coming out. And I say to myself, okay, my wife is behind the seat, attending to these women. I have to give her excuses. And that automatically disciplines her. When she comes home and I'm smiling to her, she's trying to recall, this is not how I left you. And I'll say, don't worry. Because I could only imagine how those sick people feel when they go to her. I see the expression when they drop from their cars, their bikes, their tricycles. And I can only, just feel better knowing that my wife is attending to them inside that facility. So it diffuses every feeling that would have taken me to the hospital. So I want to say that I admire everybody in this room, and I pray that we continue to serve humanity. That is because the topic of the day may somehow, if wrongly addressed, make us feel that we should have done something else with our lives and time and career. You know, I met somebody who's a school owner like myself, and when we were talking about the challenges, he said, have you known he would have used his initial capital to sell iron rods and construction material because of the challenges in education? A very senior person, I said, no sir, it is that challenge that brings value to our service to humanity, so let's continue. Whether it's the pressure from parents or the children or the teachers or whatever, you know. So I feel we should always remember, and that's why in entrepreneurship there's something we call social entrepreneurship. Secondly, I would like to say that when we talk about post-retirement, what comes to our mind, we may have different perspectives, right? We may have social perspectives. I want to continue holidaying after retirement. We may have career advancement perspectives. I want to continue, you know, building my career in a particular area. Now I have more time at my hand. We may have an economic or entrepreneurial business perspective, and that's what I want to talk on and discuss today. Now, when we look at business and entrepreneurship, I'll try to briefly differentiate between the two for the sake of us understanding, you know, the post-retirement issues. You will see that there are some basic characteristics for successful businessmen or entrepreneurs. And I try to juxtapose these two. I was just thinking that, okay, Shaggy, what are these? Forget about, you know, what's in the textbook or what's in the literature. You yourself, what do you think are those most 7 important things and ingredients you need to succeed as an entrepreneur? And I realized that I want to have those points looking at my 23-year relationship with my wife as a medical doctor. I looked at her and I looked at myself, and I tried to find similarities in those qualities that exist between us. And the first I should identify is passion. A successful business person or entrepreneur must have passion. And I see passion in medical doctors. Secondly, the urge to always want to embark in R&D. You need to always find out what is trending for you to survive in that industry as a businessman, as an entrepreneur. And that is the same in medical practice. Thirdly, you have to be able to multitask. Some of what that talk has said from CBN. So he came out and he said he doesn't know what to do. He has tried everything, but he realized that every idea from the books is not just working. So what we need to do is periodically, let's take some people out. Let's go out of our comfort zone and understand what is actually happening in the world outside our medical practice. Let's explore and take what I call diversified vacations. Let's not take a vacation for the essence of relaxing. Let's also pop into different areas and industries to also see what is going on. Let's also think of out of specialty training. I remember when we had a handwriting training for teachers in the school. I invited my wife. We were teaching teachers how to write, you know, in a particular handwriting style. I invited her. I said, enough of all this, your Zagadaga, come. And she sat with teachers for about 2 days. But on the 3rd day, the response, the feedback I got was different from what I was expecting. I was expecting, now I can write, now I understand. She said that was so relaxing. I said, I hope you have affected your hand. And she said, no, not the writing. You know, I saw myself in the midst of teachers. What they were discussing was different from what I discuss every day. It made me feel relaxed. It took me away from all the hustle and bustle of the hospital. It was a new world. I heard people talking about the curriculum, about assignments, about marking, about attitudes, and I felt, you know, it was a kind therapy. I said, see this woman, we are talking of your right to, we are telling you therapy. But I learned from that we need to take some out of specialty training. Do an MBA. Go for training on entrepreneurship. Try to learn about finance. Step out of your world and check what's going on in other places. Because as we move ahead, there are two things we have to identify here. Post-retirement realities and in-service defeats. Post-retirement realities and in-service defeats. And I've identified 4 points per area. Post-retirement realities. 1. The world works differently and nobody really cares. That's a post-retirement reality. While in service, the deceit is everything revolves around you. Everything revolves around you. I remember as a lecturer in the Department of Economics, you see students coming, knocking your door, they don't know who is here. Come in now. Good morning, sir. I'll say, relax. This is a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie because if you need some, if I were not on this seat, you won't accord me with that respect. Because I see your mates in the town very disrespectful. Because they don't know who I am. They have nothing to gain or lose from me. So an in-service deceit is everything seems to revolve around you. Because you are living in a particular stagnant world. But the post-retirement reality of that is the world works differently and nobody really cares. Post-retirement. Secondly is the end of financial inflows. The end of financial inflows. But in-service deceit, the water keeps flowing. Thirdly, post-retirement, you have excess time. In-service deceit, you are all around the clock, you are too busy. Fourthly, post-retirement realities, the calls stop coming. In-service, you can't attend to all calls and messages. On retirement, you would understand who is who. And you would spend hours and that phone would not ring. That enough can push you into depression. Because you now realize that it wasn't really about you as the individual. It was about what you stood for. So we must begin to understand how do we prepare for this post-retirement reality from a business perspective. For the want of time, I'll move a little faster now. So the first thing that has come to my mind is to discuss about financial planning. Why do we spend money? Why do we hold money? There are for three major reasons, and I'll explain why this is important. We hold money for precautionary motives, for transactional motives, and for wealth creation. Precaution, anything can happen. Transactionally, you know what you want to do. Wealth creation is the third. The first two is common to everybody. The third is the major problem. That we should understand that an effect of money is or should revolve around these three things. And the third is where most of us get it wrong, don't even know, misunderstand, and that is the most critical aspect to our post-retirement. So whenever you have money, understand that that money is not just for today. And I'm saying this, it involves all of us, including myself, right? So we must understand that when you have money, the emergencies should be catered for. What you do on a daily basis should be attended to. And you should try to understand that there should be some you keep. You should use to create wealth. And people may ask, how do we do that? You must have a budget. You see, most of us talk about budgeting, forgetting the fact that we talk about it so much and we forget to put pen on paper. Yesterday at a gathering, a hall full of students of medical courses, I asked, and I may
may ask here, please, how many of us actively undertake a pen and paper budgeting every month? Pen on paper budgeting every month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is far better than yesterday. No, mostly are women. This is far better than yesterday. Because yesterday only one student raised up her hand. Now, budgeting is very serious and very important. Please, if we don't, you know, there's something about life. The person you take for granted the most is yourself. Is yourself. That is why you will always have a budget when you are accountable to others. So let's begin to be accountable to ourselves as well. There is nobody who is in the custody of other people's wealth that will not run on a budget. Now, how many of us are administrators overseeing resources in whatever level, whether the department, the faculty, anywhere, and we do have a budget? A budget for the office. So of course you must be responsible to what you are accountable for. Now what I am calling us to is, please, let's also be responsible to ourselves. We should start a budget, not, you know, we don't need to be an expert. It's just an inflow-outflow analysis. You know how much you get, and you know what you are going to spend on your income and your expenditure. Why is this important? Because when you do have a budget, UNESCO, for instance, says that countries should spend at least 25% of their budget on education. Begin to ask yourself, what percentage of your budget goes to that third aspect I talked about, wealth creation? Even if it's 10% of your wealth, save it, invest it. That is what will matter at post-retirement. So we can talk about budgeting some other time, but it's very important and it's very simple. How much you have, what you want to do, categorize them into maybe your feeding, your accommodation, your mobility, school fees, you know, health, and all those things. But at one point, please, whether you know what to do with the money or not, just have an investment portfolio and keep that money somewhere else. No matter how little, an opportunity will come, as I will discuss with you as we move. Savings, I've talked about that somehow, but there's a concept we always say when we talk about savings, that drops of water form the mighty ocean. Do not take for granted every naira that you save, because that would amount to a lot of money after a period of time. Always save with the mindset of investment. Most of us save with the mindset of cultural satisfaction, social satisfaction. So I want to marry up my daughter or my son, so I begin to save 5 years before that time. I want to change the car, so I begin to save 3 years before that time. I want to change my wardrobe twice in a year, so I begin to save, 6 months before that time. We should save with an idea to invest. Statistically, I don't want to talk about statistics, but the manual propensity to save is lowest of all continents in Africa. Africans don't save, whether they are professionals, whether they are skilled or unskilled category of any workforce. We don't save. And when we do save, the literature shows that we save for socio-cultural activities, not for investments. So let's begin to save for investments. The first part of this discussion will focus on what are those investment options. When we do save, how do we invest? If I'm saying we should invest what we save, there are two perspectives I would like to discuss very briefly here. Business and entrepreneurship are two different things. Business is the normal, usual mode of making money. Entrepreneurship is when you try to make money in a different way. You stand out. So I'll give a clear example. I want to go into the business of selling animals, right? Cattle across Nigeria. So as a businessman, what I will do is I will go to
local market or villages in Sokoto and take them to my 12 in Lagos and sell them, right? But as an entrepreneur, what I will do is I will look at that value chain and try to be unique in my application of every procedure of my entrepreneurial model. So I will look at getting a maybe cool van in Sokoto here. When I buy my cattle, I take them to the abattoir, a very big van, and I have people that will process that van, process that slaughtered cattle, put it in that van, I'll package it in that van, and I'm entering Lagos, it's already packaged and it's going to the shelf of the departmental store. Now I would have added twice the value of that animal I would have sold at myself. If I was selling that animal at 40,000, I would sell the departmental store at 70, 80, 90,000. That's entrepreneurial thinking, to think in a different way. Whatever be the case, be engaged in any of the two. So we should stop looking at investment from an angle of not everybody can be an entrepreneur. And we should not say that we must be entrepreneurs. You can be a businessman. These are two different what are the options? So I'd like to look at the what, when, how and who of business or investment or entrepreneurship options. Number one, what areas should we look at? But before I do that, when should we think of investment options? There are two lines I would like to draw here. You can think of business options or entrepreneurship options in service or post-retirement. What is common is post-retirement. That's what's common. And the challenge of post-retirement is you can't cheat nature. Right? You can't accept what you are not used to. That's the challenge. Although you can actually succeed as well. But more often than not, you should start something in service. The MC was talking about, you see, I analyzed the MC from the time we started to now. And I want to say that the MC, you know, on a very, not a light note, on a hard note, the MC should consider taking professional courses on MC-ship. Because I want to tell you that I have only identified this capacity of this today. And I know MC is collecting $500,000 for a simple program. All he needs to do is to dot his eyes and cross the teeth and boom! Carry our money with his family, go to Umrah. I said, Subhanallah, Allah is a come. Do you think it's the money from this business that took him to Umrah with his family? It's not. It's from another investment. So what's happening? Those people are feeling exploited. They are feeling used.
Madani Ali is a distinguished medical scholar and a clinician from Gandhi town, located in the Rabba local government area of Sokoto State, Nigeria. He is a profound alumnus of the renowned Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. He earned his MBBS degree with distinction, laying the foundation for an illustrious career in medicine. He is driven by a passion for excellence in oncology. He proceeded to the University College Hospital, Ibadan, where he attained a fellowship in radiation and clinical oncology from the West African College of Surgeons. In his pursuit of advanced knowledge, Professor Ali earned an additional fellowship in clinical oncology from the National Cancer Institute in Cairo, Egypt, and another radiation therapy and medical oncology from Max Hospital in India, and demonstrating a commitment to cutting-edge cancer care. He underwent advanced training in brachytherapy for gynecological, breast, and urological malignancies at the renowned Ramon Y. Cajal Hospital in Madrid, Spain, and this solidifies its reputation as a leading authority in oncology. To effectively translate his advanced oncology training into impactful population-level interventions, Professor Aliyu pursued a master's degree in public health from the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and this equipped him with a broader understanding of public health strategies, enhancing his ability to integrate clinical expertise with cancer prevention and control at the community and national levels. In his previous roles, Professor Malemi has made substantial contributions to the medical community and the health sector in general. And in addition to his teaching role, he served as the head of Department of Radiation, Clinical Oncology, and the Director of Clinical Services Research and Training at the Usman Danfodio University Teaching Hospital here in Sokoto. He was one time chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association Sokoto State Chapter, national chairman on intelligence and surveillance of the Nigerian Medical Association, as well as the secretary of the MMA Sokoto State Chapter. He was at the time the deputy dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences at the Usman Danfodio University Teaching Hospital, and these were in addition to serving in various administrative and clinical committees of the university and the teaching hospital as well, which broadened his experience and capacity. Professor Aliyu was appointed the Director General of the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, NICRAT, on February 22, 2023. On his assumption of office, Professor Aliyu has demonstrated visionary leadership in transforming cancer care in Nigeria. His efforts are focused on strengthening cancer prevention, early detection, and enhancement of treatment infrastructure while fostering innovation in cancer practice. Under his guidance, NICRAT has engaged in strategic collaborations to enhance effective and efficient service delivery, improves access to cutting-edge technologies, and drive impactful cancer research. His leadership strategies emphasizes holistic patient care, capacity building initiatives, and creating sustainable systems to reduce cancer burden nationwide. Professor Aliyu's extensive training, innovative leadership, and dedication to advancing oncology practice have positioned him as a transformative figure in Nigeria's healthcare landscape. As Pioneer Director General of the NICRAT, a distinguished academic and consultant radiation and clinical oncologist, Professor Aliyu remains a figure to reckon with, who made invaluable contributions to the development of cancer landscape in particular and health sector in Nigeria. He is a humble and complete gentleman who loves reading, tourism, and companionship. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, join me in welcoming Professor Aliyu Usman Malemi to the podium as he presents on the topic leveraging emerging technologies for cancer research in Nigeria, the NICRAT perspective. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, my teachers, fellow colleagues, good afternoon. I think before stepping in, crave the indulgence of our the president of the college. So please permit me to invite a colleague to make this presentation on my behalf because of my voice. I have cancer, but I will be seated close by, should in case if there are questions for me to answer. I hope I'm permitted, Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yep. Okay. Oh.
My teacher and trainer, my boss, Professor Usman Malemi Aliyu, who has been introduced as the Pioneer DG and CEO, National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment. who is with us present, but because he's a little bit under the weather, will not be able to take this presentation. So please just bear with me, so I try to fill in his shoes. The lecture for the day is leveraging emerging technologies for cancer research in Nigeria, and that's the NICAP perspective. So I'll try to go through these outlines quickly. So NICAT, which stands for National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, was established under the NICAT Act 2017. Was established under the NICAT Act 2017 to provide national leadership in cancer research, prevention, treatment, and control. And the whole purpose is to be a leading organization in cancer research, treatment, prevention, and control in Nigeria and Africa. And on the other hand, to be the leading institute with focus on eliminating cancer through regulations and policies that ensure high-quality research, evidence-based treatment, prevention, and control strategies driven by highly competent personnel.
The Vice Chancellor has engagement at the other presentation. So the workers of the committee want to take over his class as he wants to step out of the we will be the Chairman, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Want to do it proxy. If we let him leave, you know, he's a multi-tasking individual. He has had to leave us. He won't be able to wait. I was asking him if he would not want to listen to cancer issues in Nigeria. He said maybe there are more pressing, more entrepreneurial issues that he will need to attend to. So the chairman will present his plaque to him. We are honored to have you here. I'm sure now we will join the iconic group and probably also begin to plan and also take advantage, financially and otherwise, of the iconic group. It's my privilege to present the microphone to the chairman to so do.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Dr. Sally, for the wonderful, most educative retirement program that I've heard. Luckily, I'm also on the bridge of retirement, and that was why I was begging for your card. I don't take risks, but I know how to promote it. Yeah. So on behalf of the Faculty of Radiology, National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, we, the members of this faculty, present an award of honor to Dr. Shali Sali in appreciation for the lecture delivered at the Radiology Faculty Day 2025 celebrations. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much.
And that becomes a very big problem for us. So based on that, we now understand that we have challenges at hand, and we've been able to identify quite a few. But most prevailing are, number one, the high burden of cancer cases in Nigeria, which we have mentioned in this slide. And the next one is the late stage at diagnosis. Of course, we know that late stage at diagnosis becomes a problem for the patient because chances of mortality becomes very high, chance of morbidity becomes very high. But what is even more of a problem is, of course, cancer care globally is very difficult to finance based on out-pocket source. So now when you have a health insurance scheme, whatever you call it, based on your geographic location, but we here we have the NHIE, it means a lot of individuals, those with cancer or those that have the cancer and those that don't have, will contribute to a pool. So now I'll give an example. If you have, let's say, 100 million and you have 100 patients to treat, if you have any stage disease, stage 1 and 2, chances are that these patients, the money will go down, because when you are treating every disease, quote and unquote, stage 1 and stage 2, it's like a sprint. You know when you are starting, you know when you are finishing, maybe 100 meter, 200 meter. But by the time the disease advances to maybe stage 3 and stage 4, then the treatment becomes treatment for life, more or less like a treatment continuum. So that becomes a problem. The 100 million that you have in stock might not be sufficient to go around for 20, 30 people. So it's quite a big of a problem. Limited access to care and infrastructure. So most of the times when we talk about limited access to care and infrastructure, our minds all go to the treatment aspect. But in order to get a good treatment outcome, you need to have the diagnosis right. And this starts from the tissue diagnosis, the histology, which has gone beyond just tissue diagnosis to the immunohistochemistry, which we'll agree is lacking in a lot of centers in the country, and we identify that as a very big challenge. And because of that, we realize also the need for urgent need for research-driven solution, because it is quite unfortunate to use the principle of one cap fits all. The treatment has to be tailored in a precise way based on the patient's need, based on the tumor biology. So we identify that as a challenge, and we identify these challenges and see how we can try to address them. So some of the emerging technologies in cancer care, of course, the transformative force by emerging innovations in cancer diagnostics and treatment are a transformative force, revolutionizing how care is delivered across diverse healthcare systems. Advances in early detection, precision medicine, and targeted therapies hold immense potential to significantly reduce the cancer-related mortality rates. And the best way to achieve this is by laying so much emphasis in research, and not just research, because of course the wonderful minds in this hall have published a lot of research, but it's about translating that research into the field and not just laying down on the shelves. Equitable access to cancer care technologies and services is key to bridging the healthcare gaps, especially in underserved and low resource settings. So now, the previous speaker talked about you have to be aware of what is trending. Of course, nothing is trending as much as artificial intelligence now, so much such that at times I do worry for my job, because at times I do worry whether it's going to take over, would even be needed in the walls of the hospital. So now, NACA is trying to leverage artificial intelligence in research. What concerns us here is the cancer disparities. Of course, there are differences in cancer burden in terms of incidence, mortality, as well as survivorship. So what are those drivers that drive the disparities? So some of them are race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, geography, and gender. Of course, from one race to the other, I want to believe that we may have some form of genetic differences, and because of that, we know that cancer starts at the molecular level. So we don't expect the behavior of cancer in the black race to be very similar to that in Caucasians. And why does it really matter? Why do we care to find out these disparities and cut the differences where necessary? It's because of health equity. Better outcomes and ethical operations. And that is why we have now leveraged on the AI, or the machine learning as I want to call it, in the form of human intelligence in machines using algorithms and big data. And how does this come to play? Of course, we leverage on these tools, the machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and predictive analysis. Then we feed information to the machine, information such as the biologic behavior in our environment, access to care, insurance, social determinants in terms of education, environmental exposure, the patient's income. So, having gathered this information, then we expect the machine to now detect patterns across population, patterns in terms of predicting the chances of disease occurrence in a particular individual or in a group of individuals, thereby allowing us to personalize screening and treatment. Let's not forget we are in a resource-limited environment, so we cannot have the same funding for screening and also treatment as applies in the developed world. So because of that, when we have AI, we'll be able to personalize our screening to the groups that actually need it, and using the particular screening methods to actualize that group. And this will improve access to telemedicine and digital healthcare. But we need to say that now, unless of course in emergency situation,
be present in the hospital physically, you may as well do a consultation from the comfort of your room. You and the patient use a platform, telemedicine platform, which is highly secured and encrypted, so that the patient is saved the stress of having to come down to the hospital to lodge his or her complaint. And also, AI will also help predict risk using social genomic data.
Bias in healthcare delivery. So still on the role of AI, the role of integrated multi-omics in cancer disparity research. Multi-omics means the study of the tumor biology at the lowest level, the molecular level, to see to see how cancer actually occurs. And why does it matter? Number one is to reveal ancestrally linked molecular signature driving aggressive cancers. For example, now what we leverage on basically are tumor markers. We know tumor markers, they are not really diagnostic, but they can predict, okay, probably there is a problem, whether malignant or otherwise. But when we have more precise molecular markers, we'll be able to help us predict in the future the chances of occurrence of a particular disease. And this will help identify population-specific biomarkers for early detection and treatment, and thereby dissect the gene-environment interaction contributing to disparities. And this will inevitably improve precision medicine across diverse racial and ethnic groups.
So some of the projects that are ongoing in NICRATS for the year 2025, number one, we have understanding cancer patient needs, which is very important. And this is done through research on the lived experience of cancer patients in Nigeria by focusing on their healthcare experiences. And this has to do with improving the quality of care in terms of
understanding how the system works better, the patient's experience in terms of accessing healthcare from the point of diagnosis to probably rehabilitation, which is what we hope for, not mortality. And precision oncology in rural areas. We are very keen on precision oncology. We want to try as much as possible to tailor treatment based on patient needs. Of course, based on genetic makeup of the patient and also genetic Nigeria. The phase 1 distribution of cancer research related equipment has already been completed. Additionally, we have conducted capacity building programs for researchers within the cancer ecosystem. As a matter of fact, NICRAT is currently reviewing proposals from these early career researchers for seed grant award of 10 million per project. Should I continue? Okay. So at NICRAT, we are enhancing career care delivery through telemedicine, mobile health platforms, the digital registries that ensure real-time patient management surveillance and data-driven policy formulation. This will actualize through telemedicine and mobile health platforms, through real-time digital registers and national cancer registry development in progress. So, NACRA sustainability strategy, that's to build capacity and knowledge, drive innovations via networks, engage multiple stakeholders, and very importantly, radiology collaboration, which has a role in early detection and imaging, synergy with NACRA's agenda, and align radiological expertise with national goals. So, call to action. Number one is to collaborate for tech-driven cancer solutions, build a cancer-resilient future, and inadvertently should be able to manage and also cure cancer. So at this point, if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I thank you.
Wow. Please. Presented by Honorable Commissioner and the children affairs have some official assignments, and they actually have attention in the office. So please invite her to deliver her speech before then, so that she can take leave and attend to other important assignments. So I want to please invite the First Lady of Sokoto State, Hajia Fatima Ahmad Ali, who is currently represented by the Honorable Commissioner of Nigeria Affairs, Hajia Hadiza Ahmad Shagari, and we are dedicating this song to the First Lady and the entire legislature of DJ.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil karim. My speech, I want to inform this podium that I'm a nurse midwife by profession. Retired, but not tired. Yes. The chairman of this occasion, Professor Muhammad Ahmad Wali, OON, my brother. Representative of ministries, departments, and agencies. Representative of development partners and professional bodies. Members of the academic and medical community. Invited guests. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, please be open all. I am delighted to stand here before you today representing Her Excellency, the First Lady of Sokoto State, Dr. Fatima Ahmad Ali Sokoto, on this important occasion of Radiology Faculty Day 2025. Let me begin by extending the warm regards of Her Excellency, who sent her heartfelt congratulations to the faculty and the entire medical community for sustaining this annual event that celebrates excellence and innovation in radiology. Radiology, as well as we all know, is the eye of modern medicine. It is also one of the pillars of 21st century healthcare, from the early detection of disease to guiding complex treatment. The role of radiologists play a vital and life-saving role in patient care. In the context of maternal and child health, which remains at the heart of the mandate of the Ministry for Women and Children Affairs, the role of radiology cannot be overstated. Any detection of high-risk pregnancies and reproductive cancers can mean the difference between life and death. Unfortunately, for many women and girls in underserved and rural communities, access to these services is still a luxury. This is why the commitment of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmad Ali Sokoto, FCMA, to improving health outcomes for women and children in Sokoto State. Her Excellency, the First Lady of Sokoto State, also remain deeply committed to advancing the health and well-being of women, children, and vulnerable populations in the state. She has constantly championed programs that promote early detection of diseases, especially breast cancer, cervical cancers, and continues to advocate for improved access to diagnostic services in rural areas. I also use this opportunity to call on the Faculty of Radiology and the Postgraduate Medical College to consider increased outreach, public education, and community-based screenings, especially in northern states where access remains limited. On behalf of Her Excellency, the First Lady of Sokoto State, I congratulate you all on this important day. I wish you a successful Radiology Faculty Day 2025. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Body behind that lecture. Unfortunately, your voice will not permit, but your presence here, despite your voice, we really appreciate it.
So, in appreciation of that lecture delivered at our Faculty Day celebration, I present this award of honor to you, and thank you very much. Congratulations.
To the Caliphate, and particularly today that we're doing the wonderful and fantastic Radiology Day. I'm proud to be a radiologist, and I'm very proud to be amidst my teachers who trained me through the years to be a practicing radiologist till today. Of course, there was a saying that there was a gathering of doctors about who is the most important among all the specialties. And the physician jumped up to say, yeah, they are the best and most valuable in medical practice. But then a surgeon stood up and said, no, it's them, the surgeons, because when physicians fail, they refer to surgeons. Not knowing that there's a radiologist by the side who immediately stood up and to tell the whole gathering that radiologists are the best and the top of the pyramid, because when they fail, you know, we refer to God. I really want to thank the local organizing committee of this very auspicious event also, here and for the whole college, honestly, for a very wonderful job. And for me, quickly, I just want to talk on something that affects all of us, that's outside clinical practice, which touches on national issues and the polity itself. That's the issue of constitutional amendment, which is currently going on. And last week here in Sokoto, a zonal public hearing was held. And I'm happy to tell our colleagues here, radiologists, and on behalf of all of us, that we presented a bill, at least two. Actually, we presented 16 amended constitutional amendment bills, but two are specific for health. And I want the support of everyone here, and of course, through all our institutions, to continue to advocate and lead in the discussions so that we make health better, reverse medical tourism, and invest for our health for the betterment of this country. The bill that we presented for constitutional amendment is on the Code of Conduct of Public Officers in the 5th Schedule 2B. If you remember, and anyone who has read that part, it reads that a public servant or a public officer or a civil servant shall not engage in any profession, business, or trade, except farming. Only farming. So the amendment we proposed on behalf of all the radiologists in this country, all health workers, nurses, doctors, farmers, and everyone, is that farming is restrictive for the 21st century. It should have been expanded. That's one aspect of it, that it should also be for agri-production service. But most importantly, we also added health. That health should be allowed to be undertaken by those who are interested in the public service. Also now, as who got said, civil service can also be involved in politics. So health should be added as part of those areas that people can invest in as public officers or as civil servants, health production, health services, and health institutions. Because honestly, when the Kushadi was discussing today about the prospects of investments by medical doctors and other category of people after retirement, I think what the major problem we have is that of trust by those who are money bags. Even here in Sokoto, we have people who are billionaires. They have billions, in their rooms. Some they put them, allegedly, I'm not sure, but they say they put them in soccer mats. They always make money. They are businessmen and women. But to invest in health, people do not invest in health. They prefer to invest in filling stations and many other things. So, if we can have, and of course outside Sokoto and in Nigeria, there are public servants that have billions, but they only do farming and they do not invest in health. So if we can have people investing to build, legitimately, to build institutions, to build manufacturing companies, even if it's for drip stands, wheelchairs, cupboards, think about, we all import these things.
it will really help. And also the issue of investing in hospitals also. So that is the import of that amendment bill. The second one is on health. It will surprise you to know that in the Nigerian Constitution, health is mentioned.
Our conference is coming up September 9th to 12th. The early board closed on the 31st of July. That's just about 3 days ago. We have just about only 49 people who have registered. And on our, recently we are trying to have a kind of, there's a form, Google form we've been posting on the platform for which people to fill so that we know our number. And so far on that list, if you look at the number we have, which includes the consultants and the residents, it's about 475. So if we have only 49 people who have registered out of 475, that's just about a fifth of the number. There is, I mean, part of our growth is for us to come together as one. And the other obvious thing is that we are lacking in paying our annual dues, honestly speaking. I can only count 1 or 2 centers who have been doing that consistently. So please, I'm also using this forum to appeal to us. Luckily, we have 2 past presidents here with us. Professor Mojisola Atalabi, she's here. I don't know, she's still in the room. I was her secretary, and my mom sitting opposite the room there, Professor Deidu. So I'm making this call for us to please 2 things. Let us pay our annual dues, and let us make Port Harcourt a date. It will be interesting. Honestly, there are a lot of programs. You know, the Port Harcourt people are good at organizing events. There are a lot of programs coming up. You have to come there with your gown. You have a procession. Also come with your sportswear. There are going to be some sport activities and competition at Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt will be a great event. So let us make it a day to go at Port Harcourt. So once again, I want to thank those who have put this together to bring us under this roof. It has been a beautiful ceremony. The lectures have been beautiful, and I'm sure we have all learned one thing or other. And to our very senior colleagues who are now carrying retirement, I think we've learned a lot. All I can say, I wish you the best. I shall not take it down. Thank you all, and God bless.
For some of your time, I just want to read a few lines to give a vote of thanks. And it is my great pleasure to provoke a vote of thanks on this special occasion as we bring this incredible event to a close. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to our esteemed chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Professor Muhammad Ahmad Wali OAM, for gracing this occasion. Your words and wisdom and insight have truly inspired us, and we are honored to have had an opportunity to learn from your vast experience. We are grateful for the time you have taken to share with us. To our distinguished speakers, Dr. Shadi and Professor Osman Ali Malami, we thank you for your thought-provoking presentation and engagement. Your expertise and passion for your respective fields have made this event truly enlightening experience for all of us. We are grateful for the valuable insight you have shared and the new perspective you have offered. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee for their tireless effort in putting together these remarkable events. From conceptualization, the team to the managing the logistics. Your dedications and attention to details have been exceptional. Your hard work behind the scene has ensured that every aspect of this event ran seamlessly, and for that we are truly thankful. To our generous sponsors, we thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to our cause. Your contributions have not only made this event possible, but have also helped us to extend our reach and impact. I would like to make a moment of acknowledgement to the incredible work of our consultants, residents, doctors, and other supporting staff. We are very thankful for that. Your willingness and to lend the helping hand on our positive attitude have made a significant difference in success of this event. Assisting with the registration and ensuring that our guests are well taken care of, your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we are grateful for your dedication. To our attendees, thank you for being here with us today. Your proven participation and enthusiasm have made this event truly special. We hope that you have found the presentations and interactions as enriching and rewarding as we have it. As we reflect on this event of today, let us take a moment to appreciate the power of coming together as a community. The exchange of ideas, the forging of new connections, and the collective pursuit of knowledge goals are what make occasions like this truly memorable. May the insight and inspiration gained from the event continue to guide us in our personal and professional lives. Before I conclude, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the unsung heroes who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a success. From the technical team ensuring smooth audiovisual support to the catering providing us with delicious meal and refreshment, your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we are grateful. Once again, thank you all for being part of this remarkable journey. May the memories of lessons learned from this event stay with us long after we have left this room. Let us continue to strive for excellence in that we do and work together towards building better future for ourselves and the generation to come. Thank you very much.